Alright, you can see where this just turns into a ginormous battle, you know what I mean? Like, all of a sudden you're like, what? I just wanted to change the fuel pump. And, you know, if you got really old line and stuff, it's not so easy. Well, I guess the project for today is try to get as much stuff done as I can after all the ice and the snow. This is obviously where I shoveled and kind of... This one needs the carves put back on. The problem is we got all this mud. I'm not standing in the mud. I got these mats a while back. The cold's just shriveled them up. I got some, you know, some boards like that I could throw down, I suppose. Although, I don't know. And then this one, I need to run it because we put the new packs on and it runs good and everything, but the problem is I think it's just slightly off with the timing, maybe just like ever so slightly. It runs good, but maybe need to... I just wanted to do that before I tell him to come get it. He can't really come get it right now anyway, it's too wet. I'd rather have all this melt. And it should this week, for the most part. During the day, I think a lot of this will go, and then because it's supposed to get up to like 40, and that'll be good. And then what else, man? Like you could tell, like I got so much stuff going on. I'm trying to figure out where to start, especially after all the snowstorm. But I got this 25. And I might start on it and just kind of push it back into the sunlight. I need to get the ignition system off of that and put a new ignition system on it. Anyway, that's what I'm up to. I guess this is my projects for today. Just figure out what I'm gonna do. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching. Visit the store, HawkeyeMarine.net. I've got everything for a boat. I've got electronics. You know, it's real. It's legit. I'm not taking anybody's money. I'm trying to help. I'm about as confused as ever this morning because normally I have a plan, or I have some kind of plan. And this morning I just don't have a plan. Just trying to get it, whatever done I can get done. Hey, hit that bell notification. If you do that, then you'll know when I got a video out, if you care. I got it over here. I think before I take the ignition system off, I'm gonna finish my job on this fuel pump. This is not the right fuel pump. I have one, so I think that I'm going to start and finish my job so that then I can put this where it's supposed to be. Yeah, they had a, unless, I don't know, this is a port for the pumping action. It's not the right one, so I'm just going to take it off. I got a plastic tub out here, but anyway, I'm in the sun. And that helps because it'll warm it up over here. So it was quite the job getting the hose righted off. Once you take, here's the thing. Some of this stuff, people have been in there and they've done different things, and like that starter bracket, he's always been known as a failure point. it's fine if you don't go in and torque it like people think you gotta really torque it down, and you don't. See, they just made this thing. I don't know what this is, but it's not right. So anyway, they go and torque it down, and it probably only takes like 8 to 10 foot-pounds. I don't know, I'd have to go look it up, but like, you can feel it. And you need more than that, you just strip the aluminum. It's like, but yeah, see, it's supported. So here's our gasket. Yeah. We're gonna have to see too what they got going on over here. Looks like they went from 3/8 to 5/16 to the carb. But that's an original line. Yeah, I mean, there's no kinks in it or anything, so I'm guessing it works, but this is strange to me. Let's see if I can get it off without... I could, well, what I should do is probably just cut it off, measure it. You know, I got plenty of hose, if that's what it is, because that ain't right. So, and it doesn't have the rounded tie wrap. There's not much pressure there, but just cut it. And I might as well do it on this side, maybe. It won't matter. You just don't want to cut the other. Or how do I want to do this? Trying to make a decision here. Alright, let's get this out of the way. And we'll cut it from the copper side, not that plastic side. That's all we needed. Yeah, that 3/8. Replace your gaskets. They do go in, but like now they're stiff. You got air can pass. It seems crazy, but I'm telling you that it does. Alright, we're gonna put this on our eBay store, and we're gonna put this like online, HawkeyeMarine.net. But we got Sierra fuel pump 18-7352, and this replaces OMC 438556, 25 to 55 horsepower, so 76 to 89. This is a non-VRO pump. Comes a Sierra original, authentic Sierra. We got the pump. We got a new gasket. Right, the pump looks like this. It's filled. They put, you know, they filled, like, it's plastic on both sides, so you get no contamination. It's filled with a fluid to make sure that the diaphragms don't dry out. So you guys that see the boxes online, and you're like, oh, and then they come and they're just a fuel pump. Anyway, these are protected. So I'm going to throw this on here. I thought it was a 3/8 fitting all the way to the carb. Maybe it's not. Maybe that's 5/16. Yeah, so we have what appears to be the original line. So I'm wondering what this is. Looks like 1/4 inch. That's 1/4 inch. Okay. That's interesting. 1/4 inch over to the carb. Let's go look up some diagrams. Got my Elvis Presley cup. Love me tender. They should put "Love Me Do" on this side or something. I don't know. It says that line over there is 1/4 inch. So I think we're good over there. I think we mount this thing. It did say that this line that we need is 1.5 inches. So, but we need to cut this off first. So mock-up time. Let's cut this deal open and get her done and get her dead. Oh, I forgot to take pictures. Oh well. I got another one. I bought a couple of them. So I got one in stock and I got other ones. So I'll probably get more of these in stock. Yeah, you can see it's really wet. You almost need to get a rag out. Anyway, that's good. I like that. And then we just got a gasket, screws. Screws are the same length. Man, it doesn't even get screwed in there very hard either. That's another thing I learned. It's like, seems like it would go further in the head, but it doesn't. And then we're gonna rotate this. See, I mean, we could go that way. What do you think about this? The problem with going that way is then you have all of this extra. And over here, yeah, let's just do that. You wouldn't want to run it around the back because, and they did that with this hose going to the car, but I don't really like that idea because then, you know, you're going this gas line around this head. I guess I got it going on the outside. I don't know. Seems crazy. But let me take this back off maybe, or no, I need to finish out my job. Sorry people, I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna do this. Alright, so, you know, if we go down with it, it'll be okay. We'll just have to go like this. You know, so I'll cut this somewhere around here. Need my scissors. Oh, they're right here. So right there, I'm gonna go back about another quarter. All right. So that one's out of the way. Now I need to fix this. So I'm gonna see if I got any other clamps that size. I think I do. All right, before I get too out of control, I'm gonna measure this off an 1.5 inches and go ahead and cut it. I know you can't see me, but we only need an 1.5 inches, so what I can do is go ahead, tie wrap this one, and then I've got a bunch of different fittings, if you will. Like I have these compression ones. I just need to find one that, you know, like that's pretty small. So I've got some real small, like these type of hose clamps that I believe might get on there. Yeah, it's a little too small. And yeah, it's just the randomness of stuff I have. So you could put, they don't make these small enough to do anything. I do have one size up, maybe that might go in there, but this is cut to fit, so it's really tough because it's going to come to here and it's going to go straight up. So, you know, we don't want to stretch it too much, so I think we want to leave that the way it is and try to get something over the top of that. Now I've got some other ones. It's brand new. It's a Maddox assorted single ear hose clamp kit, right? And maybe I have one here, I don't know. don't know, say you like you started this and all of a sudden you got a whole bunch of problems, like you're trying to figure out how to make this work, you don't have the right stuff. Sometimes you gotta order all this stuff, you know, like you would know, oh, I need this hose line. You can actually buy it all single and then try to keep up with all your trash. Alright, so I got these. Let's see if I got one in here. Yeah, this is maybe slightly bigger. Let's see if that works. Yeah. Alright, let's just go for it. There we go. Now I can turn. See? Alright, now we can get our just a cable tie on this. These are expensive mine. Alright. I got to buy some more of these. Bought out. So we're gonna have this. We're gonna go out like this. And I got one of these guns. Don't remember where I got it. You just kind of slide it out. Whoop. And then if you need to, you can cut it, right? Anyway, now I got it going up. Yeah, exciting stuff going on around here. So that bottom one sometimes, see now I got it started, I could take this off and then put it on the pump, but no, I gotta do it the hard way. I got it started, trying to cut a corner, and this is what happens. So we'll just take it back off. Yeah, that's another thing, man. Sometimes, like, you can get another angle. You know, it's all about the angle of the angle. Yeah, you want it taut, but you don't want it crazy. That's fine. So now we got that. We can take this and do this right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, man. First time you do one of these, you're like, wow, they made it. See it? You can do it all the way, or which is what they had on the other pump, but this is the pump that calls for it. Well, this stuff is written on it. I just can't see it at the moment. And it's probably a section of hose that doesn't tell me. 5/16, 0.29. So it's not 3/8, this is 5/16. You're stepping down, and you're stepping down going into it. You're limiting how much fuel actually. This makes no sense. That's what they're calling for though. And this is what fits that connector over there. So did they go from 5/16 to, or do they have a 5/16 pump? I mean, this is the pump it's calling for. I don't know what to think. See, this one they had on it was 3/8 as well. Yeah, I guess I cut the part off. Anyway, let me figure this out. Alright, well, here's another one of those interesting mysteries that we don't know, we'll never know. It's impossible to know, I think. I don't know, unless you were there. But this is the hose line that came off of it. I'm assuming it's original. I mean it's just so stiff. It's you know what I'm saying. It's really stiff. So I pulled this out and replaced it, and then you know the little connector that's over here, I took it off. I had another one in there, and it's the same design, but I don't think they're 5/16, but this line seems to be 5/16. You know, this end I cut, it goes right on there. So why are the pumps 3/8? I don't know. I don't have a clue. I'm gonna dig some more because this is the one they say replaces it. I can get like a brass barb. It's fuel rated, right? Because it's brass. And but I don't have the right one to go from 3/8 to 5/16. So I guess I'll just put this back together, and then I'm gonna have to get, you know, a line that, and yeah, it's, so then now, now what we got is this thing is in a weird location, you know, so we're gonna have to do some kind of modifying or find a different fuel pump that goes on this. Yeah, so we gotta go from 5/16 to 3/8. All right, I'm gonna end with this fuel pump, I think. So we could do an elbow, right? We don't have to get a 3/8 to 5/16. So if that's there, I mean, it's gonna have to come out to here, which would be fine. You know, we'll cut a little off, but because you don't have a lot of pressure going to the input side, but you don't want it to leak. So anyway, I'm just doing what I can, I guess. That's the thing. You're like, okay, so I don't want it there. I want it around the other side. There we go. So get your thing on the top if you can. We gotta do something. Gotta get her done. This is how you can solve this problem. And we're not gonna clear. So, because our counter is gonna go right here, this is gonna be in the way, so I don't have to. This fuel pump's gonna bite me all the way. I mean, all the way. These things ain't, on some hoses, like especially the new A1, these clamps don't really fit. Let me get my other tool. Wow, I'm having quite the Monday. All right, well, that's in. See if I can get it straightened out. Make sure we still got continuity. They do trim the ends, so figures I got this one. I got the wrong leads. Well, there we go. I'm gonna try some of the new meters they got. This one does waveforms. What's going on with it? Why did it beep? I guess test our equipment. Yep. Nothing. That's not good. Yeah. And it gives us an ohm reading too. 11.4 ohms. Anyway, infinite resistance usually the wire is bad. So if you get a wire that's got continuity, it shows absolutely 0, most likely the wire is bad. It's eroded the electrodes down so far in them that, anyway, they don't. So there's one. I'm going to do these, or should I do these now? So both of them just need to be pointed down. So let me make up this one and then the next one. All right, I got those both done. So I don't know what to think of this. Like maybe they were like giving the dealers a chance to make another hour on you. It's the only thing I can think of. So got those made up. Now I think what I want to do is go ahead and I'm gonna put them all back in their packaging and then wait and change those after I do everything out of the flywheel. So that's probably more difficult repair. Anyway, I checked both spark plug cables and those are good to go. So let me just put them back. Kind of wish if I'd have known it. I don't like doing them because you gotta have to have little bitty hands. It's like, I guess they don't have machines that make spark plug cables. I don't know. Did some research. So this is the direct replacement for that fuel pump. The first thing. I was wondering if they made another fuel pump that was, the input was 5/16 and the output was 1/4. I guess it doesn't matter because the pump is designed for 6 to 8 psi pressure. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's max. So in the case, like, I guess what they did, because I researched it, so it's a mechanical diaphragm pump rated 6 to 8 psi. Okay. The inlet barb is 3/8. So they wanted a larger barb to minimize suction restriction. And the outlet barb is often smaller, around 5/16 or sometimes 1/4. And that was to give a little higher pressure, right? It's like a big hose going into a small hose. You do the same thing with your hand, like with a water hose, and you put your hand on it and the pressure is higher, right? So we're on this. We're just gonna, I'm gonna get an elbow and that'll be the easy fix. And hopefully it doesn't get into our back of our, you know, up here where this won't shut. If it does, I may have to adjust it. I don't know, we're gonna see. It's kind of what it is, man. But anyway, this should work fine. So now we're done with that for a minute and moving on. So I need to get the top of this off, and you know, we got our cable, and I think I can just either, I'm gonna lay this to the side, but we're gonna take the top of this off. Thanks for watching all the way through. You're part of our awesome community. Love this video? Hit subscribe for more adventures. The best way to support us is at HawkeyeMarine.net. Shop outboard powerheads, lower units, and top quality boat parts. It fuels our content and keeps you on the water. Visit today. We'll see you next time.